following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Of course! Of course!
That's a distraction.
It doesn't seem to be. He seems to be
Reading his paper.
reading a newspaper.
You don't notice the eye holes of the newspaper.
Oh, I'll let Dix do his magic.
Welcome back to the ground, sir. Perhaps you have decided you and your associate would like a room. Yes, actually I have. I was wondering, oh dear, let me see here. What have I got in the way of my official government papers here? Sorry, my purchasing vouchers are in here somewhere. Oh, fascinating and interesting.
You need another one.
No.
No, thanks.
Cool.
He doesn't need another one.
So, if it were, is it investigation or perception to look for fourth floor items?
It's investigation.
And that 20.
He should not throw something at you, you know that.
It wasn't as perfectly timed as Alvin's.
In the quick amount of time you're able to go in here, you do in fact see something there in the fourth floor row, and you quickly snaffle them to look at later,
Of course, to look at later.
even though you've already seen what they are. And therefore you could just glance at them if you want.
Scandalous.
To a show. At midnight. At the hangman.
Good.
We were wrong about an
Not for
assumption
the
we made.
midnight boy.
Let's stay here.
Right.
Yeah, let's say
And your keys. Your keys. Thank you very much. We shall be back later with our luggage and goods. Of course, sir. Of course, sir. Welcome to the hotel, our Grand Hotel Arkham. Enjoy your stay.
It'll be a pleasure. Now let's go have a look at our rooms.
Already? Yes, certainly. Why not glance at them briefly before we leave? There comes the fog. What?
Well, he's up there now.
What?
What you said he came in? Or did he leave again?
Oh, yeah. I suppose we should. Should we not tell the others?
Can you reach them?
I'll try. Well, let's actually cut back to you guys and find out what you've been doing apart from coughing and wheezing all over the place.
Okay.
Shannon.
Sometimes he breathes, then he coughs.
Okay. So, how about myself? I will take Nancine and Jennifer to the offices, and we'll ask about the road plans. And you two go and find Edward, because I think I've got an idea. I might be able to get information on the mines directly, because I can go on about heavy vehicles are coming in. We can't have the roads with mines underneath that are too close that could cause collapses, etc. There's been earthquakes going on. We need to sort that out. So
I feel it's a smart idea to take Jen with you, because if she knows where Ookie Spooky that a hat boy would go to investigate.
exactly, and
He definitely would have gone to City Hall at some point for something.
I figured you might
It's
be
a
able
key
to.
source of information, like plans and such.
Yeah, and I figured you might have looked at this stuff before, and you might see something my eyes
She
wouldn't
gives, you,
notice.
she gives you just this haunted look of like, yes, I've seen way too much of the inside of City
Also,
and the windows.
also, you'd know what questions he would ask, and maybe drop one or two of the questions that he would normally ask and see what their response is.
It's almost like I've run an investigation before.
No, I mean, you know how.
I know how he loves asking questions. Oh, at least there's no evil clowns here.
You had to go and say that.
Wow, what are the odds that there's an evil clown or spider train?
Probably gone up about 500% by now.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, it is. You put it out in the universe and then it fucks you.
No.
Okay, so we'll head off to City Hall now, and I guess you can tell us what's going on when we meet back at noon at the...
Three-way players.
So we found out where Mildred's contact lives. Did you get that info? Do you have
Gave
that
you an
info?
address.
Yeah, he gave
He
me
gave us
an
the address.
Right.
He gave all of us an address. We're there at
Oh, that would be there for that part.
For that part, yeah.
Perfect.
Ask the lovely man downstairs. He may know where the stress is. Well, the street at least. We go to the street.
Smart, don't give them the whole address.
They've probably got an old phone book that looks like that.
You can rip pages out.
Yeah, sure.
Oh no.
Roxanne,
No,
we have
no.
to write all of those by hand.
They won't have a phone book at all. We were told. Telegraph.
Yeah.
You were.
There
They
was
said
no
use
phone
telegraph.
book.
There are some phones, but they're the kind where you and then an operator connects you when you want to.
Usually for emergencies or important.
So this place may not have a phone because it may not be fancy enough to have a phone.
Alright. And assuming this culture is going to buoy me, we're probably going to have to take leave.
A lady, preposterous.
That's the other side of it.
This was the problem. I didn't bring it up, but this was one of the problems. Was like the two guys
Yeah.
are in the other group, so it's like
I'm winning.
we have to.
I'm winning.
We have to have a woman
Me.
representing. It doesn't matter with. I wouldn't think it would matter with Mildred's
Oh, I'm
context
just
so
used
much.
to
But
it. Just like...
Shoveling my coals there.
No songs.
Alright, so who's doing what first?
So we're going to head down to the counter.
Okay. Hello.
Hi, I'm looking for a street.
Oh. My goodness, what business do you have down there?
We were told it's like there may be a.
That's right on the waterfront, that is. East River Street. That's really what it's called.
all of the water that we can't get in.
Look, I'm just
So
happy.
you want to head down North Peabody Avenue, across the bridge of the Miskatonic, and then take an immediate left, and it's... Oh, that number? That'll be...
I never gave the number.
Okay,
I only
so-
gave the street.
And then it's... Well, East River Street, that goes all the way from, I guess, North Garrison all the way down to basically the edge of town. That's a large area.
Do we get a number in between? I'll go in between a range of 100, say.
Yes, that's east of North Peabody Avenue, that way. That's still a pretty large area. Lots of unsavoury characters down there.
Well,
Still, if you take Mr. Clay here with you, I'm sure it'll be fine. He's a strong man. People won't likely try anything. Not that they'd be more likely to than not, but you know.
Don't worry, I'll keep you safe.
They say a black pall hangs over that area.
The what, Paul?
A black pall.
Oh, right. I thought I heard him wrong for a second.
right.
Ah, a black pall.
There we go.
Just a really tall
Just
black
hanging over.
sort of looms.
I'm black shirted, but I'm black.
Kareem Abdul.
That little guy.
Right, we'll keep that.
Okay.
How far is it from here?
Right, so you are there. You have to go all down West High Street, and across to East High Street, and across the... It's difficult for you to actually make a further journey laterally along the map. But you could travel further. You could there's definitely a lot more south than this, like a lot more.
We'll mention to Roxanne that we may not make the midday meeting, and we may have to push it to 2 o'clock.
I'm frankly going that far. I'd suggest getting a dog cart or something.
How do we call one of those?
I could send a note down to the company if you want.
Where's the company?
Oh, it's just where the bus
Oh, not
station
far from
area
here.
it's right next door to it.
We might as well walk there and do that. Thank you.
Oh, very well. Oh, and let me take those towels from you. I'll get them cleaned up.
Thank you.
Of course, of course. Have a good day,
You too.
sir.
Yeah.
Well, that's where we go.
Okay, so you guys head out there. I'll do the dog cart negotiation first. Okay, so you get there.
Yeah, the guy, he's a drooping-faced, jowly man with a 5 o'clock shadow, heavy-set eyebrows, sort of like a wool cap, like a farmer, and a sort of tweed coat, an ill-fitting tweed coat stretched over his bulk. He takes a ratty cigarette out of his mouth as you approach and tucks it behind his ear. Oh, a couple of toffs, eh?
We're looking to go.
Oh, why you won't go there? There's a dark pall hangs over that area. We'll find folk like you in your fancy suits.
We have an investigation to go through there.
Oh, an investigation, is it?
We're DMV
You're
agents.
with the law.
We're making sure that no one else is smuggling in those motor vehicles.
Deception. Wait. I'm using my Eldritch Digital.
Holy shit, Ken, you managed to move.
Yeah, I notice it's getting worse, not better.
Yeah, we have just the last couple of days.
22.
Do you want to cock them?
Yeah, very much so, yes. Don't do well.
They ain't waiting for you, not in that area, you know that, right?
Sorry?
They ain't waiting for you, not in that area, you know that, right? That's extra.
How much extra?
Double.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Double on one trip or double for both?
For your rental.
Makes sense.
One dog cart driver per hour. $4.65 American. And I'll not change on that.
I wouldn't expect it.
If you have anything smaller, we don't break hundreds.
We're almost there.
The dog bounces back, hits him in the tongue. They've fed you some creased, filthy notes back and some coins.
Okay. The remainder, if you go over an hour, the remainder's payable when you get back.
Understandable.
Victor! Victor! Got a couple of toffs when I go to Peabody. Peabody. Why do I want to go to Peabody? The dark pole hangs over that area. I told him that. Told him about dark pole and all that. They wants to go. And you've got to wait on him. If I don't make it back, tell my wife she's a fat cow. I know.
This guy's great.
He'll bring round a cart pulled by a bunch of dogs.
I did not think it could be that. I hoped.
Why would we not want to ride anything else?
Alright, Gnarly, Gnasher, Thuggy, Binky, and Bubbles. Let's go!
The little bells on their houses glingle.
The bells make it jolly. And also it lets people know we're coming. It's safety, not 'cause I'm gay. Although I do enjoy fun times. So you could say I am gay, but that's not why that's doing that. There's plenty of time for gaiety after work.
No, I do.
I tell you, you need to lay off this Peabody stuff and let me take you down to the pubs. Yeah, even in the middle of the day, there's games and spiritus entertainments there. You'll have a gay old time down there.
I do enjoy gay old time.
Indeed. But you'll not find one down there, let me warn you. I think it's all fun and games, cups and rubbers, Dunkin' Donuts. That's a dark place you're going. Right on the Miskatonic. There's not a single one of them murders the body they didn't find there. And they say there's wizards live down there. Dark sorcery.
Alvin is literally going, Dark Paul. Dark Paul.
There is a thick, as you cross the bridge, you do see a thick, black, smoky column rising up from a factory. That is there.
Ah, there it is. Dark Paul's Cannery. And, of course, the dark... You see the homonym.
Yes, it's clever and descriptive.
Pull up.
Alright. This is the safest place to leave the cart. You'll have to come back here and you keep an eye on the woman.
Got
And,
this.
take these with you.
They're little silver crosses on a basic piece of string. To go
Probably
around.
not a good idea to recoil the Silver Cross.
Did you actually?
No! Of course, because
They say vampires
the
can't stand
stakes
high
underneath
angles.
the seat would say otherwise.
If you find yourself haunted by demons or zombies or necromancy or devils or whatever else ungodly things is going on here, you come back to the cart. If you can't make it there, you go to the church and you run in and you tell Father Fondleboy you want sanctuary.
Alrighty. An unfortunate name.
Now, to be fair, he was called Fondleboy long before he started touching kids inappropriately.
He doesn't. just Brendan's an easy target for this.
I think that could be an interesting person to
You want to investigate Fondleboy?
No,
Is that what you're saying?
the cart driver guy, because he seems to be very open about the stuff going on.
Ooh, Victor. Oh, he's too big to take out.
No, with
He's a hardy fellow with a broken nose and a sneer and
Oh, head to the
a bald spot.
place.
Okay, well, we'll cut back to the others. Not you.
Yeah, it's
You
okay.
piece of shit.
I'm having a great time.
I'm saying.
With Dex.
Here you
You're
are
having a
here you
gay
are
old
with your
time.
two women's.
The umbrella. Going to City Hall.
The grand edifice of the City Hall. Wooden grey-painted columns, 4 of which, 2 on either side of the door, rise up behind a peaked triangular roof, and cupola rising up behind even that. A smaller building than the one you're used to in Cold Rocks, and certainly smaller, you would think, than would be necessary for a city the size of Arkham. It would be, from the outside, looking like a 2-story edifice, with steps rising up it as it seems to be the style of the time. Above the door is a large, stained and not very well cleaned brass symbol. It's like an eye shape, a circle with overreaching spines like that. If I had a bit of paper for you to draw it,
City Council, yeah.
like that.
Oh,
Nothing to be alarmed about there.
yeah. Up the stairs and that.
Good! Oh my god, finally.
I don't know if there was one description coming.
Grey stone tightly fitted together. Very tall stained windows depicting, pastoral fields. Nice thing. Levering the doors open, frosted glass preventing you from seeing in, you see in fact this building is 1 story with an incredibly tall roof. Efficient. Another large one of those eye symbols hangs above the center of the room. facing downwards and appears to also be doubling as a chandelier. Indeed.
Reception desk.
Indeed.
Approach.
A woman with her tight and severe... A woman with a tight and severe bun of iron grey hair looks sternly over half-rimmed glasses at you, adjusting her crucifixed little tie pin as you approach. You're wearing a dark blue sweater over top of everything, and a little name tag that says, "Hello, greetings and felicitations. My name is Karen."
Oh, you're flanked.
Fail. Abort.
Excuse me.
Welcome to Arkham City, the finest city called Arkham.
Many thanks. My colleagues and I work for the DMV. My name is Roxanne Emery.
I see. A federal operator, are you?
We were wondering if we could gain access to some blueprints or maps of your street layout.
I'm sure you have a subpoena for such information.
Well, I wouldn't have anything directly, would I? But I just have a general, authorization. We've got with heavier vehicles coming in. We need to make sure these streets are capable of.
Well, fortunately, the city has passed an ordinance that no vehicles may exceed current tolerances. So heavier vehicles may not enter here.
Oh, is that so?
We wish to preserve tradition and proprietary. We don't want large, horrible trucks noising up the place, like you have in your other cities, like New York and Gambrana.
Be that as it may, we still have to evaluate whether the city streets are safe, especially with the recent earthquakes. There could also be mines underneath the roads. We need to make sure that there's nothing there that would cause instability on the roads and potential accidents.
Are you rolling a deception?
This is a good lie, I think. Works in the truth in a way.
Roxanne is a sucky liar. Never mind. I rolled a 1. It doesn't matter what you get.
It's 18.
And thanks to the history function, I can see exactly how many ones I've rolled recently.
I'm now telling the computer
Exactly what it can do with a lifetime supply of chocolate. Well, I guess you may go ahead then.
Many thanks. Which room would...
The streets are outside.
Yeah, I need documentation, plans, blueprints. I can't just...
Well...
Also, if you've got the mining tunnels, is there anywhere you...
I'm sorry, the what?
Are there mines or tunnels underneath your road system?
There were, but
Exactly.
they've all been sealed up for decades now. Ever since,
But we have reports that were recently sent to us saying that earthquakes recently uncovered tunnels.
Well, that sounds like a local council matter to seal them back up as soon as they're found.
Yeah, but we need to ascertain the safety of these things and make sure it's being done properly. We don't want sinkholes.
Are you saying that the state of Massachusetts cannot do things properly, madam?
I'm saying that the DMV must evaluate these matters as a government department.
As you are very much aware, mining and the sealing must be performed by the United States Army Corps of Engineers, madam, and not the Department of Motor Vehicles.
The act itself, yes, but we still need to do
And
an
the
evaluation.
surveying and propping of such.
This is actually true.
That is actually true.
But as it relates to the roads, you might be able to work something.
That's what I'm on. I mean, that's what I'm on specifically.
Besides which, you're completely out of luck.
Cool.
Never mind.
Huh?
No, you're doing your thing. Go on.
I'm
I'll
rolling.
wait.
I'm rolling law, which is 27.
Yes, what she said is true.
Yeah, is there any way I can finagle the fact that we're DMV and the fact that this deliberately relates to streets and roads?
You probably can't get away with getting permission to investigate into the caves, but the surface roads, yes.
Yeah, all I want is the thing is, all we wanted was the maps of the tunnel mapping.
Well,
Yeah.
I cannot give you your tunnel maps because those do not exist anymore. Not since the fire. The fire.
I see. So they're going to have to be remapped for safety reasons.
Well, I'm sure the United States Army Corps of Engineers will see to that.
Fair enough. Well, we still need to be able to evaluate the roads themselves.
Now, as for the street maps, I'm afraid you're very unlucky. Our last actual copy of those was just picked up by an out-of-town reporter. A very nice young man.
So you let these official document government records leave this facility?
A copy of the maps of the streets of the town is, of course, available to anyone who asks when we have them. You can view the original, but that can't leave.
That's fine. That's all we wanted to do was view the original.
One moment, please. I'll get someone to take you right there.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am?
Ah, Grovel. Excellent. These are government agents from the Department of Motor Vehicles, and they wish to see the official street map of the town.
Ah, of course, of course. This way, come on.
The tiny little man.
Scylla.
Oh, one last thing. I'm not trying to be Columbo here. I just feel
Why not? Columbo is awesome.
wish I could do the boss side thing, like Peter Falk could do. One last thing. Is there still any old mining companies that might have those records that you no longer have?
Oh, no, there's no mining going on now anymore. Not since, well, you know.
No.
Then never mind. Grovel.
Come.
Sorry, Grovel.
I'm sorry, Mistress. I'm sorry.
Get up.
I will follow Grovel.
In Grovel here.
You're from out of town. You're so
Yeah.
tall. Look at how tall you are.
Thank you.
Do ladies often be so bossy out of town? Because they sure are here.
Yes, we are quite bossy. Wait a minute.
She said it, she can't unsee it. Roxanne has said it.
Wow, you're brown.
It's mostly tan.
You know, there's a word for not brown.
There is?
Tan.
I didn't know that. I'm going to put that in my book when I learn to write
Good for you, son.
and read.
Good for you, son.
There we go. And there's the map.
Thank you. You've been most helpful. I will look at the map.
There it is,
Okay.
in all of its glory.
What's the date on it?
– 2007.
So it's only a few years.
How often do you want a local government to update their official street? But like, it really should be twice a year, shouldn't it?
No, I was expecting like
1925!
1853.
No, all the old maps and that were destroyed in fire.
Ah.
Well, what do you want?
Well, I'm just doing a general perception check.
Good. 4.
You do have to ask Grovel where the
Trying to just ascertain the general layout of the place, because this is the first time I think we've been the closest thing we've had to a map of the actual city so far.
Well, I'll give you the map that I printed out for you guys to have in game as soon as someone goes to the damn room with it in the hotel where you were supposed to go. No.
What, the hotel that
We
Dixon
have to do all 3 parts of the investigation at the same time.
weren't
You gave us options, so
Shit,
we
we haven't
clearly
even took all of
Yeah, the thing about options is normally the group picks one.
We haven't even started that one.
You gave us A, B, and C, and we took
Wait,
7.
what one? Give me that.
The one on one of the reasons we brought
We need to,
insane. Like we still haven't even done that one.
What the
we,
painting?
we,
Yeah.
we,
It's
we
also
need,
part of
we need to
mine
find
too.
It is linked, yeah.
the tunnel that leads to the art place.
Yeah.
But yeah, Grovel might
Want
be
a
able to
different
tell you.
chair or something?
Nah, just having a bad day.
Hey, Grovel could tell you where the old mine
I'm
is.
a
Do you want,
bit-
do you want something warm to put across your back?
I could ask Grovel
I've got
about.
heat pads.
Because then we can take it.
Grovel, you wouldn't know where the mining tunnels would be off the top of your head, would you?
There's no mining tunnels in town.
I mean, underneath the town.
Oh, the old mining tunnels.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to go down there.
I know, but you wouldn't know where they would be in relation
So
to
we
this.
don't go there.
Oh, we're not supposed to go down there.
Yeah, but how can I avoid it when I don't know where it is?
Just don't go down.
Just don't go down. How would I go down?
You know, you go downstairs or down a slope.
What's up in town?
No holes. Weren't there earthquakes recently that opened up some holes? Where are those
There
so I
were
can avoid them?
There were lots of earthquakes. They're still going on.
Do you remember where any of the ruptures were on this map? Could you point them out so I can avoid those areas?
Oh, yeah, there and there and there.
Could you?
Now you know where they are.
Okay, sweet.
Updated your map.
That I don't have, but
I mean, apart from the one on River Street, because of course no one would go there.
wow, what's on River Street?
A dark pall hangs over that area.
Okay.
You should look for where the university is, because you know that site.
Also,
Yes.
also, you know we're going to River Street.
Yeah. So I'm going to find
That's
River
where
Street.
one of our Moles players was murdered.
Where's River Street on this
Mole.
map here? Oh, I see. It's over here.
It's right by the river.
And where was the opening?
It's just slightly north of Xander Avenue.
Did you rename that?
No. All of these are the correct street names from Arkham.
Is it
In,
cool?
in 1925.
Is it
Including
cool though?
unlabeled street.
Actually, it is labelled further down.
I
Is
see.
it cool? Is the street cool?
River Street.
No, it's Xander Street.
There is no Xander Street. I made it.
It's only called it's.
Oh yeah. You want to know? You want to know what's on the other side of the fucking river from River Street? Do you want to know? Water Street.
Oh, fuck. They are such a great town.
I'm sorry, you don't get to smirk, Gore, and your Main Street.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Hey, everybody knows where it is.
Yeah, it's that street in Gore.
That one.
The main one? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the one.
The only one.
The one with what I think is still a rail yard and a cafe, and there's a night and day right sort of by that. There's like 7 million car sales places. And have they even bothered fixing up that second story from the H&J's yet? That was a climb we used to have when we had to stop because it turns out your entire upper story is a death trap waiting to happen.
I mean, I didn't notice any difference driving through it on the upper story the other day.
Well, next time stop off and ask, please. I'm personally interested.
I demand it.
They were good stuff there, and I hated for them to lose their jobs.
Jen, do you have your camera?
Yes,
Did you take a photo of this place?
certainly.
Check the little wolf boy for gases.
Could you just do the light balance, please?
Sure.
Just hold,
Hold it in front of
I was
it.
just say, tell me where to.
Just
okay.
like right beside it.
Okay.
Bitch!
It's appropriate.
Hey! Get to use it again. There we go. Once we get back to Cold Rocks, I can develop those.
Oh,
Well, it's a nice souvenir you got there.
I didn't bring a Polaroid.
I thought you had a Polaroid.
I do, but I didn't bring it.
Okay.
Because we're not allowed to!
Why not? Polaroids existed back then. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Holy fuck. But not her one, I'm guessing.
Yeah, they didn't act like I remember there's that whole thing. I remember my dad telling me it's like in the movies it looks like you just do this for a few seconds and it's done. No, it's like you got to do this for
For
like
about a week.
a minute or
Yeah.
two,
It takes
Like-
about 5 minutes for the picture to come
to
fully
fully
out.
in, yeah.
It's actually kind of cool. It's like a magic thing happening right in front of you. Kinda wish I still had mine, but it broke.
Okay, we'll take a note of where the university is.
Right
Yep.
by a river.
That's in the university district.
By a river.
That's also, I believe, that this is still at the university, so that's fine. Well, any other landmarks? I'm just going to do a general.
Yeah, so many.
Yeah, but that will be related to that we know at this stage, I should say,
Bradford Street.
would be.
Jericho
is
Bradford
not such a
Street, so the
street.
Bradford compound.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, is there a Bradford Mansion or something, Bradford House or something like that?
No. There's College Street. That's where Miskatonic University is on.
Okay.
Hangman Hill.
That
You know
the
that-
Hangman, I'm guessing, is also on.
It's just down the road from it, yes.
We weren't we doing something? We were planning to go to a graveyard for some reason because
Yeah.
of the writings on the stones.
Hang on. I know where that
the
is.
cemetery, oh yeah.
Yep, that's nice. I'm just trying to find it. Because it is on this map. Ah, yes, the Dead Yards. That's actually not far from the university. It's literally like the university, the smallest block in the city, the Boneyard.
Yeah.